it's time to unbox another Transformers Titanium figure. And this is one I have been looking forward to adding to my collection for a long time. This is the Titanium series diecast War Within Optimus Prime. I really like the War Within designs. They're almost like a precursor to what we ended up seeing in War for Cybertron, the video game. And I just think the War Within designs are so cool, and it's kind of disappointing that the only figures we've really gotten from them have been in the Titanium series. But hey, at least we have some figures from War Within. Yeah, this is Optimus Prime. It's a very, very cool box. It actually has a very nice bio around the back if you want to read that. Then it's got the tech specs. Unique feature, inherited matrix from the late Sentinel Prime. That is really cool. I love this box. I just had to show off this box before I open it because it's just such a good box. Let me know in the comments. I might have an opportunity next time I go to the toy department to get the worst Megatron toy ever. Because they had that there as well, but I was just spending a little bit too much and I didn't have the $10 to spare to get the worst Megatron toy. Perhaps the worst Transformers toy of all time. The G.I. Joe Megatron. That's what it was kind of deemed. It is infamously terrible, and I'm kind of morbidly curious about how exactly horrible it is. If you want to see more on that, check out TJ Omega's Plastic Addict series. That was crowned to the worst Transformers toy by him, and rightfully so from what I've seen. But anyways, let's look at the figure itself. It does have the classic titanium base in there. It looks cool posed in this box. I love seeing Transformers more than meets the eye up the top. And yeah, he just looks cool. I like the War Within design. We'll see some more details as we open him up, but yeah, it's pretty much it. Let's get to opening him. Let's see how it is. I really do like the Titanium series. I'm trying to get more of them. I think this is my third. Is it? No, it's my fourth. I try to forget that I have Soundwave. The Soundwave is god-awful. Perhaps the worst. No, I would say the Soundwave is the worst Soundwave figure of all time. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. But I have Optimus, I have Hot Rod, and I have the Fallen. And I think Hot Rod was pretty good. The Fallen was pretty good. I'm just going to clip him out. This Optimus, I've heard pretty good things, so he should be alright. But obviously it is a titanium, so it still might be a little on the flimsy, floopy side. Where is he tied down at? He's tied down right there. I hope I don't, accidentally clip him or anything. Oh, he's tied down right there. That's kind of a tricky spot. Oh, jeez. That's one of the horrible things about unboxing old toys, is that they don't use, twisty ties like new ones do. No, they use bendy wire. I need to make sure I don't clip his ear off. God, that'd be horrible. Imagine if I, clipped a part of the toy off trying to unbox it. Alright. Ooh, his head just went down. He's starting to get a little bit more free. Does he have twisty tie, bendy wire too? Where's he getting stuck? Ah, jeez. Here, I'm just gonna fast forward this. I'm gonna fast forward it so you can see exactly how long it takes for me to get this guy open. Well, I can say with absolute certainty that was the worst Transformers unboxing experience I have ever had. It was so stuck with the twisty ties that they threaded the twisty ties through wheels and through body parts to the point where he started to pop apart. It was that threaded. There was one threaded right around that ball peg. It was horrible. This arm is not broken, it just popped out. Thankfully it did instead of breaking. And his legs just popped off of the ball joint. But yeah, that was a miserable experience. Absolutely abysmal. Definitely did not enjoy unboxing that. And I'm very happy that I had the foresight to just go ahead and skip that for you guys. Because you would have been so frustrated seeing me be so frustrated. Alright, so here he is, reassembled. Here's our Titanium War Within Optimus Prime. Already noticing a problem. Okay, there we go. It clicks out. Good. All right. No more twisty ties hiding around him. Can that arm fully tab in, please? No? Okay. This one kind of like soft tabs in, if you heard that. And that one hardly tabs in at all. He does have the display base, which is good. Let's lower the camera. He's gotten shorter now he's out of the box. Alright, so now we have our War Within Optimus out of the box. My first impression, outside of the unboxing experience, is that he feels very heavy, almost heavier than the other ones. I think he might have more die-cast than any of the other figures I've talked about so far. I'm pretty sure his shins are die-cast, I think his chest is die-cast, or at least some element of his torso, and I think his forearms are die-cast. So he has a lot of metal, especially the legs. The legs are very heavy, especially since they're all ball joints. The ball joints, they can kind of hold up the weight, but not as well as you would probably, hope they would. The arms are definitely kind of irritating with how this outward butterfly for the transformation just doesn't want to stay in. Does he have any outward hinge for the arm articulation? It looks like he doesn't. It looks like it's just like a swivel right there. So he doesn't have any outward at the shoulder. It's just kind of a swivel. Do keep in mind, these were not designed by the team that made normal Transformers toys. These were designed by the team that I believe made Micro Machines and other toys in the Galoob sector of Hasbro. Wasn't it Galoob that worked on these? I'm pretty sure. I feel like it says Galoob somewhere on the box. Yeah, Micro Machines Galoob right on the bottom. This was made by a different division than the team that made standard Transformers. So keep in mind, it has different design philosophies that we wouldn't really see nowadays. Or even see back when this thing came out. Back when, oh my gosh. This thing's 20 years old, right? Isn't it 20 years old? 2006. It's close. It's 18 years old. It's 18. Oh, wow. One thing I did notice, and I want to talk about real quick, it has this little leaflet. It's not even a pamphlet. It's a leaflet. So we can see some other toys. I don't know if I've talked about this before. These are the little titaniums. So we have Megatron, we have Starscream, and then we have a little Unicron that is apparently so covered in blackwash it comes off on your fingers. And then that looks like another tiny version of War Within Optimus. And on the other side, these are called 6-inch Cybertron Heroes. Okay, I didn't know they were called Cybertron Heroes. So we have the crappy Megatron, War Within Optimus, Jetfire, which apparently looks really cool, Thundercracker I'd like to get, Optimal Optimus, which looks pretty neat, but he doesn't have a gorilla mode, oddly enough, and Scourge, which is just G1 Scourge. So yeah, little leaflet, kind of fun. This Optimus is pretty neat. I'm happy I have it in my Optimus Prime collection now, that's for sure, because this one is very different. That is a definite fact. This is a very different, unique Optimus. Can I put the gun in the other hand? Because this arm is just not cooperating with me at all, and I just kind of don't want to deal with it. I would rather the arm that properly tabs in hold the gun. Can we do that? Yes, we can. I do like this gun, though, honestly. I think it's a very nice-looking Optimus Prime rifle. So I guess it kind of goes in sideways and then forward. Okay. All right. There we go. That's nicer. That works a lot nicer. It is a little bent from being in the package for 18 years in its warped state, but that's okay. I really like the head sculpt. That is a very cool Optimus head. I like the little ears kind of poking around the back. They don't look as sharp and pointy as others do. And I always love when Transformers have wheels at the shoulders. I just think it makes them look so hefty and so badass when they have wheels by the shoulders like that. I wish almost every Transformer had wheels by the shoulders. My favorite positioning for wheels are by the shoulders, and not along the side of the leg, but integrated into the foot. Original Michael Bay Bumblebee has it integrated into the foot. I love that design. He has very little kibble. It's pretty much just a part of the vehicle around the back. Doesn't really have anything sticking off. I'm very curious about the transformation. I'm going to try to figure it out on my own. Articulation on him, I've kind of gone over some of it. He's got a swivel at the head, swivels at the shoulders. Outward butterfly for transformation, if you want to count that. You can move the shoulder pad if you want. And I think that's kind of cool, actually. He has a bicep swivel, an elbow bend. The hands are on sliders. Nothing at the waist, I believe. Nothing at the waist. I think he has a ball joint, but that's more so for transformation. Yeah, it kind of like unseats everything if you try to move it, so I wouldn't really move it. Ball joints at the hips that are pretty limited, honestly. You don't get titaniums for the articulation. You get them for the novelty and for the sometimes unique designs. Hopefully we'll get a Fallen if that rumor about the next Legacy or like the next Generations line being about the Primes. Hopefully we'll get a new Fallen. That's what I wanted Power of the Primes to be. I wanted Power of the Primes to give us like Vector Prime and the Fallen and, you know, Solus Prime and all the other Primes. But no, we'll have to... Hopefully the next series will give us all of those. What else does he have? Knee bends. Very poor. Very tiny knee bends. So his leg articulation is very subtle. Very limited and very subtle. That's pretty much all of his articulation. His ankles, they move for seems like transformation. Oddly enough, he has looks like a little toe joint there too. That's interesting. I guess they really wanted his feet to fold up. Yeah, seems really fun. I didn't want to give you a size comparison. For those of you that are not very well versed in titaniums, you may be like, how big are titanium figures? Well, as you can see, he's kind of short, given how, even after lowering my camera, he still has a lot of that Mr. Robot negative space over his head. Comparing him to a modern deluxe, with medics here, because I like medics a lot, you can see he's about the size of like a larger modern deluxe. That's about the size we're looking at. And I think it's a pretty good size for titaniums. Like, they definitely give off that larger deluxe energy, and I think they do a pretty good job at it. He comes with all these clear guns, and it's like, I don't know what I'm going to do with them, so I just, like, put them all on one arm for fun. Alright, let's transform this guy. Let's see what he's got going on. I'm very curious to see how this will play out. Hopefully I don't break it, because, you know me, I don't look at the instructions. I just go with it. Can I have a reference picture of the vehicle, please? Thank you. Alright. So... Oh, that seems pretty basic. Okay, so I know the head's going to go down because I saw the head go down when I was transforming it before. That's on a double hinge right there. And then the arms are going to hinge back. Isn't that so wild? They put these arms that have die-cast in them on a clip without a pin. How borderline irresponsible is that? That is such a poor design choice. Seems like the shoulders are going to click in right there. That seems kind of jank, but we'll go with it. That's what it looks to be. Then that shoulder will go. Oh, it seems like the arms tab in. Well, I say tab in. It seems like they kind of loosely slot into the shoulder pad. And that's going to be the torso element seemingly all done. If it will cooperate. It seems like it did, and then it didn't. Can we go back down, please? Why did we untab? Oh my gosh, this is scary. Does this rotate? Okay, I'm going to assume that's going to rotate. I can't really tell from the picture, but we will go with it. This needs to tab back in. Can this tab back in? Thank you. I don't know why it untabbed in the first place. Alright, and I'm going to assume the legs are going to slide in because that's what they did on me earlier. And the feet are going to fold in on themselves. Is this pretty much it? Oh, geez, that foot's stuck. There we go. After 18 years of not being touched, this guy finally has to do something. I feel like I'm missing something. Like this torso needs to... There we go. Go up a little bit more. Do the legs tap together? Okay, good. Yeah, this guy's got a little bit of jank to him. I feel like it should tab in a few more spots. And it seems pretty simple, but there we go. There's War Within Optimus. I think as together as he's gonna stay. Because these titanium figures are pretty notorious for not wanting to stay together. So yeah, there it is. It's interesting. Yeah, that's it. It's interesting. Seems like it's kind of struggling with like this hinge right here. Because there's like a double hinge that's getting weighed down by all the die cast. And let's just say these figures always prove to me, whenever G1ers are like, oh man, the new toys don't have any die cast in them. You sure you want toys with die cast in them again? Because this is how they were. And honestly, G1ers that say that, they forget that so many Transformers toys back in the day were just plastic. And maybe the only die cast thing was like the feet or the chest. Like, they didn't have a lot. Stop acting like they were made of die-cast, because they never were. This is probably the toy line with the most die-cast per plastic ratio, and I think it suffers because of it. I think all of the titanium figures would be absolutely better off if they were not made of die-cast. And this guy, I would say overall, is pretty successful for a figure from 2006. Keep in mind, the figures that came out around this era, like late end of Cybertron and Transformers Classics, and Hasbro was currently designing the first movie toys. So that's what was being made and existing around the period of this guy. And it's pretty comparable to figures, you know, like Classics Deluxe Optimus, things like that when it comes to jank level, but it's not on levels of like Classics Voyager Optimus that are just very good. It's a good figure. I think this is good. I'm very happy I have it in my collection. But do I recommend it? I'm not sure if it's my favorite titanium. I think that still might go to Rodimus. Something about Rodimus, I just think I like a little bit more. I like the Fallen a lot, but he still has some jank to him, and I don't know, it's hard for me to pick. Definitely not Soundwave. Definitely not Soundwave. I'd love to get Ultra Magnus, too, at some point, kind of see how that titanium feels. But yeah, it's a very interesting line. I'm happy I had the chance to look at another one for you. Let's get it back in the robot mode. Let's see how quick we can do this. Because the arms, the transformation on everything is actually pretty simple and easy. It was just kind of hard to finesse everything to get it all where it needed to be, because that's what these kind of toys are. It's like you try to work with it and it just tries to fight you. So that goes down and swivels around. That joint scares me. That is a plastic joint, like connecting die cast. That just does not seem like a good idea. And then this is going to go down on a double hinge. And then the head's going to flip up. And then the feet are going to flip out. And he's a little tiny Optimus. Okay, let's... Oh! Okay, that's one way to do it. That's one way to do it. Okay, or the legs in. As long as the legs are out, that's fine. Alright, here he is. Titanium War within Optimus. Let me know what you think. Do you have any titanium figures in your collection? If so, what do you think about them? It's a very interesting line from a very interesting time in Transformers history. There's a little bit of paint that came off on my finger. Very interesting stuff. I like it, though. I like getting myself a titanium, and they're pretty affordable to get, at least the majority of them. I got spent $10 on this guy. Like, I spent little to nothing on it. However, some, like, Ultra Magnus are pretty up there in price. It's kind of surprising. So, yeah, let me know what you think. Would you purchase this? And what do you think of the Titanium series from the Gloob section of Hasbro from back in the day? Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for watching. Special shout out to channel members, as always. Thank you all so much for the continued support. Have a great one, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.